Hello, Colby. I can see you down here. Colby is scared of people. He's a little bit nervous. He's out on a busy Saturday. Poor old fella. Hello. It's nice to meet you. Lots of smells here. I know you like it. Should I be afraid of him, Daddy? Quick, save me from this crazy man. Look at these. Of course, everybody knows about the mods and the rockers, and this is the one side, not the other. I think you know which side it is. Their allegiances are down. This is a really interesting generation as well. This generation had come from, these were the kids in who had grown up just after the war and didn't quite know the war, but saw its effects firsthand, and so became kind of rebellious in spirit against and for the idea of the British state, and in a sense it outweighed the for. It became a sense of pride about being British. You had the same sort of effect going on in Germany at the same time, but it was it expressed differently. It expressed in people being frustrated and no one talked about the war. In Britain you didn't have any of that. Everybody talked about the war all of the bloody time because they won it, but the losers don't necessarily do that. So it was a really good expression in a sense of the positive side, at least the feeling that they'd won the war, but then there was a sarcasm about it as well, you know. Did we really win anything, or are we just a different type of tyranny? Down here on the haze, of course, and you know, both good to hear music on the streets. You know, I'm a big proponent of music on the streets of Cardiff, but also it must be a little bit hard, especially if you own a store around here like this, and there's a lot of these stalls up in Cardiff at the moment. They come up multiple times of years in the year. They come up at various times, including Christmas. The Christmas market has these wonderful, and we walk down the line, we see a load of different crafts, designs, artisans, people who are plying their trade locally, local business. There's a lot of them, really. So I like a little bit of this. I think we'll go and we'll find out more about these local businesses. Hello there. How's it going? Goody. So I will find out more about these local businesses, see if any of them want to actually talk about their crafts. I am always relatively careful about
my son
these
has
things.
autism, so drawing is his part of the thing.
There you go. Oh wow! Those are the drawings, not photos. Oh my God, we're gonna have to find out about that. A lot of cuddling in Wales. This is all the way down here. There's loads and loads of different. You've got homemade jewelry, of course. You've got glassware. You've got photographs, paintings, you've got other etched wood, candles and the like, a mushroom here and there. You always have a mushroom here and there. And at the end, of course, soy metalog. And then there's a few more just over the other side, outside Scaredy Cats in the city centre. And outside, of course, you've got this wonderful fruit market. We always like the fruit market. Selling relatively cheap fruit nowadays. I mean, still, it's pretty good fruit. And see, there's some more of these businesses coming along here. It's fantastic. There's good jewelry business. There's, I'll show you what to be on camera. There's ceramics. There's more cushions. There's a lot of cushions in this year's market. And as always, come to protect us, the police. Hello. She's busy on her phone solving crime on TikTok. And some of this looks stunning, especially from the outside. When you're walking by, it's really vibrant colors, really fantastic artwork, really clever, because you have like different designs and different, obviously, methods of production of the art. We're gonna talk right now. can you give me your name?
Hi, I'm Kira.
Kira. So this is your project?
Yeah, mine and my partner's.
Yep, okay, and your partner's down there. Hello.
Hello.
And so, how long have you been doing this for?
We started it back in October, but our first market was in December, here actually, the Christmas markets.
And can you describe what it is for people? How would you describe it to a customer who's just popping like that?
So we take a close-up photograph of your eye, and then edit the image into any different effect that you want, and then have it printed on different artworks like the photo blocks or the photo prints, or we have the wall art as well.
So I can see there's a lot up here. So this is all, you actually take these photographs of people's eyes, of their eyes themselves?
Yes.
So how do you go through that process?
So I've got
Do they send their eyes into you by post?
No. So we do it in this box, just behind here. So I use my camera with a close-up macro lens just to get all the detail and the colours of your eye, and we use LED lights just to bring out the colours, and then so you decide how you want it to be printed on. You can also have digital images for your phone or like your phone screensaver.
So what are you actually printing these on at the moment?
These are acrylic.
Yeah.
This is a canvas. So obviously you can tell they look different. So that this one absorbs the colours more, so there's no reflection. This kind of makes the colours pop, but there is a little bit of a reflection.
A little bit of a reflection, but it makes it very vibrant, doesn't it? It really does pop. And what made you create them like this? Because this is like fantastic. It makes me think of course, it makes people think of interplanetary sort of plasmas or planets meeting and colliding. It's got a very
That's exactly what
theme.
I would say. You've hit the nail on the head there. So each eye looks like a planet. So we wanted to make it look kind of spacey. I'm working on some other new effects as well now, which I'll be releasing in the next couple of weeks. But it's just nice to have, like, say, with your family or as a couple or even on your own, but like you said, the two worlds colliding, so it's nice to, to have
So
something.
you could have, I didn't even think about that, because I thought about it in selfish terms of just you being your eyes, but I take it you can have your whole family's eyes.
Yeah, so this is a family here.
Oh, wow!
Mum,
So this
dad, and the two children, and then I've got another family there at the back. So
which one's mum?
that one's mum, actually, that one's dad. And then
Dad's
the two
got
kids.
some interesting colour in their eyes.
And you can see, obviously, he's got the orange there, and in this sun, there's a little bit of orange there. And then we've got this, there's another family here. This one's very interesting because that one's the mum, dad, and the two kids. And the two boys, their eyes are literally the same.
Okay, if we put it around a little bit this way so the sun's not in it, I got a bit of yes, there you go, that's beautiful. So which one did you say that's
the mum.
That's the mum. Wow, look at the difference within it. That is fantastic to see, isn't it?
And then
it just, and it looks like there's so many things that it reminds me of, it's so many different things that it reminds me of. So people must get very excited about this being like almost a genetic thing, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. So this one's mother and daughter as well. So you can see the resemblance in the structure.
Yeah, but they're so different as well. Yeah. So do you find that? How do you? You must have both started examining people's eyes to an extent. Did you start getting into actually looking what all of this means, like the visuals in the eyes?
Well, your eye is linked to your whole body, really. So this is what we're currently learning. Yeah, so we're currently learning about iridology. We met a guy in the Cardiff market who got us into it and told us about your eye basically determines your health. So there's certain doctors out there called iridologists, and they will read your eye and tell you about your overall health. So he can find out, or they can find out, if you've got
genetic dispositions,
have cancer in the next year, or if you've got certain like ailments or diseases. So that's what we're learning about, and it's so interesting.
I suppose
This is my eye here. and
that's.
So
There
he
you
was
go.
reading my eye and was telling me certain things about my health that were actually correct.
So this is your eye by here.
That is my eye, yes.
Yes. And it is. So the line around it, that's your own kind of design choice.
Yeah,
of
that's
how
an
you want
effect
it.
you can choose. It's
Yeah,
called the
yeah.
portal ring.
Ooh, the portal ring, which again, as you were saying about iridologists, iridologists,
Yeah.
they can obviously see a lot within, so it's a portal to yourself, isn't it? I
Yes,
suppose.
definitely.
And can you give people an understanding of pricing of what this costs?
Yes, so it starts at 30 for a photo print of a single eye, and then if you wanted an effect on top, it would be an extra 10. If you were to have it with a couple with an effect, it would be 70. And then we've got the photo blocks, 140 here. And then obviously the bigger you go, the more
Oh,
it
those
is.
photo blocks are fantastic.
So this
though.
is made out of acrylic, which is
Yeah,
the same as the acrylic
super
wall
thick.
art.
You can see.
That'd be something for your desk or bedroom.
Thickness of my finger. Yeah, that would be fantastic for, especially for desks, especially for Dad.
Yeah.
If Dad gets his kid's eye sitting there watching him constantly
Yeah.
as he's in work. Excellent. All right. And where can people find you if they don't have a QR scanner for the next bit when I go to the?
So our Instagram is iPortal Studio. But we're based in Bridgend, so we've got a home studio in Bridgend, but we travel around Wales and England doing different markets and festivals.
And I take it if people want you for events, they can also contact
definitely.
you as well.
We're actually looking at possibly getting into weddings, which I think would be really, really fun and interesting to have
that
that
would
at a wedding.
fantastic. Excellent. Well, thank you for telling me. If for all of the people who want their eyes immortalized, then please go and find out more.